Not a Democrat. Steven Horsford, freshman congressman who is still on the fence. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us on a Saturday.
Thank you, Craig, for having me on.
I understand you have attended 5 briefings and the House Foreign Relations Committee hearing, but you're still on the fence. I'll start with the obvious question here. How are you still on the fence after 5 briefings, hearing from constituents, and the Foreign Relations Committee meeting?
Well, as a new member of Congress, I take this responsibility to authorize a vote and a strike and to send our men and women from the military into a military action very seriously. And so I have spent the time to study the issue, to attend the briefings, to hear from the intelligence community, and now my constituents, their concerns and their questions, and I still have some unanswered questions before I can make a final decision.
Questions like?
Some of my questions include, and I hope the President will answer during his address on Tuesday, why is there not more of a multinational coalition of partners? Why is it that the United States has to act alone? What are the costs? Who's going to pay for this? We have enormous budget constraints right now in our country. We have a sequestration that's affecting Air Force personnel. In my district, for example, 1,400 people who are on layoffs or who have gotten furloughs. And finally, what are the long-term objectives following a strike? What is our strategy in Syria and the region in the Middle East?
This Syria vote poses a serious dilemma for members of the Congressional Black Caucus, which tends to historically support the president. National Security Advisor Susan Rice is scheduled, I understand, to brief CBC members on Monday. Do you think that action in Syria threatens much-needed resources from poor and minority districts specifically?
Yes, it does. The sequestration and the budget constraints that we are already under are affecting communities across this country. In my district, which is a very diverse district, I have individuals on one spectrum that are being kicked off Head Start and not getting funding for nutrition programs, seniors who are losing funding for nutrition services, and as I said, 4 military bases in my district, many of whom on the civilian side are going without 1 month of pay in each pay period that's affecting their livelihoods. So the question is, if we can afford this strike, where is the money coming from, and why aren't more international partners willing to join with the United States? I don't question the fact that chemical weapons were used by the Assad regime, but the question remains, why aren't there more international partners willing to respond as well?
Congressman, I'm just going to play devil's advocate here to those who might say that waiting for an international coalition should not necessarily be an essential prerequisite for action by the United States of America. What would be your response to that?
Well, first this is an international norm that has been in place since 1925 that some 180 nations have agreed to. The United Nations Security Council, which the administration has attempted to get a resolution on, has been blocked by Russia and China. But that doesn't mean that this still should not be an international community response.
Okay.
The United States has tremendous problems of our own, and we can't be asked to intervene in every conflict and step in. I respect, though, the concerns by those who are concerned that there are risks of not acting that could threaten us with Iran, with North Korea, with Hezbollah, and that's the other side of the coin, and one that I'm continuing to balance my decision on.
All right, Nevada Congressman Steven Horsford. Congressman, let us know when you make up your mind.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.